Hey man, what's up? You look a little down today. I am. It's just that, like, dating's been really hard lately. Just feel like nobody likes me. Oh man, I feel you there, dude. Hey, I've been actually listening to some of these dating experts, and I think they can give you some pretty good tips. Really? Did it work for you? Well, no, I'm like still single, but like I have been going to a lot more community events. That sounds really cool. Yeah, dude, it is. We get together every Wednesday night, like in a park, and they gave me this really cool pointy hat to wear. Apparently I'm like some sort of magician now. Oh, that's awesome. I think I might join you guys. Yeah, dude, you totally should. We're actually having a meeting this Wednesday on January 6th. You should totally swing by, meet the boys. Perfect, I'll see you there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I like to call foreshadowing. Welcome back to the light side of the internet. Guys, dating's hard. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have been in 6 different relationships in the past 3 years, and none of them have worked out. Yes, even me, who is the most kind, the most tall, the most humble. Wait, I think I might be the problem. But whenever I start thinking that my dating life is basically the bathroom after Red Lobster's ultimate endless shrimp specials, I always bring myself back to the thought of, well, at least I'm not a conservative. But for the approximately 5 conservative men that hate watch my content, don't you worry, because there is actually a small subsect of TikTok creators who have dedicated all their free time to helping out the persecuted and villainized demographic that is straight white American men ages 18 to 34. And to start us off on this wonderful journey is Black Ice Black and White. Did I say that right? Yeah. Who is a self-labeled serial entrepreneur and whose business acumen stretches from his podcast to his supplement company, where you can buy stuff like 300 milligrams of creatine for $35. The same creatine that you could also buy 600 milligrams off of Amazon, also for $35. So, truly the world's greatest entrepreneur.
Men, stop accepting excuses and stop being with women that are liabilities. And I see way too many men that fail because they get with a woman that's a huge liability and risk and not an asset and a value.
Men, women are not people. They are balance sheet items. Don't even think about taking a woman out on a date until you've passed all 4 parts of the CPA exam. There are 3 types of women: assets, liabilities, and stockholders' equity. Which one do you want to date? Trick question. All women are liabilities. Date men instead. Wait, I was an accounting major, so thank you for indulging me and making my 4 years at university worth it. You know, that skit wasn't even a joke though, right? Like, I literally stole that from the comments section. They're all liabilities. LOL. This is so true. They are a burden. Something tells me it's not women's fault that they're single. It's the liberals.
I don't care if you make 20 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, 300,000.
I just find it so funny that he's taking the time to count out different income brackets for us. Like, he's trying to prove to us that he can actually count. I don't care what you make. It could be 100K, 200K, 300K. What comes after 300K? Dude, can you just be cool? Just be cool. I never passed the 3rd grade. Fucking a million.
We have money, muscle, game, and frame. Here's our frame and our boundaries. This is my rules of engagement.
I don't have much intelligent commentary to add to this because, frankly, there is none. But if you start using terms that are usually reserved for war when you're talking about dating, you've kind of lost me. I know all is fair in love and war, but I think they meant for those to be mutually exclusive.
And it's easier for a woman to date than a man. You guys had value at 18 years old. You had value.
Once we get up to the millions of dollars and we're fit, we have money, muscle, game, and frame. Here's our frame and our boundaries.
So, as you can tell, this guy talks a lot about hypergamy, which is the concept of people only dating at or above their social status. In other words, unless you have a 6-pack, you're making $1 million, and you have a frame, you have 0 value as a man. Which is straight up just like so ridiculous for 2 main reasons. Firstly, every single person has value, whether you're a man, a woman, non-binary, or anything else you choose to identify as. Remember, we're all items on a balance sheet. Secondly, the market for ripped 6-foot-tall millionaire oil painters seems astoundingly slim. How is any woman finding anyone to date with those types of standards? If you do happen to be a 6-foot-tall, 6-pack having millionaire oil painter, or just a millionaire, But this point is completely negated when he did an interview with Pick Me Pearl, because of course he did an interview with Pick Me Pearl.
What does your ideal man look like?
Ideal guy. I would say I like guys that are super conservative.
What kind of money does he need to make?
Maybe like US dollars, like 40, 50.
40, 50K?
Yeah. Everyone's gonna say I'm capped.
What's the quickest legal way to make $1 million? Legal optional. I don't know, man. It seems to me that these standards aren't actually put onto men by women, but actually put onto men by other men, specifically ones that get their beards trimmed at Supercuts and are literally sweating out their morning steroids while having a triple-digit resting heart rate. I mean, seriously, it looks like this guy is sweating in every single clip he's in. Like, is this a podcast or is this a sauna? This is a sauna? Why the fuck are we recording in a sauna? Does he like supplements? Yeah, I'm not here for the podcast. I'm actually just here for the sauna.
You know what? I'm not going to get rid of my guy friends. I see a lot of women do this. And it's the single women that do this, okay? The single women that say they're not going to give up their guy friend for the man of their dreams are usually the ones that stay single.
Okay, so according to this schmuck, women should get rid of all their guy friends. You know, pretty run-of-the-mill alpha male podcast type of energy.
For women, this is what I've told women in relationships. Get rid of your single lady friends. I agree 1,000%. Because I'm telling you right now, if you get yourself a high-valued man, like Sean, or myself...
Wait. So women should get rid of all their single friends? So, like, they just shouldn't have friends? This guy realizes that you can't just pick a friend back up once they start dating someone, right? Like, at some point, they're single. I can't believe he would just cheat on me like that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. He slept with like 30 other people. Oh, I know it hurts, honey. But maybe you should like stay with him? What? Yeah, I mean, like, Chad says that we're not allowed to be friends unless you're dating someone, and I really love you as a friend. Chad said? Not really. Why are you even with him still? Like, he doesn't do anything all day. He just listens to podcasts. Hey, he does more than that, okay? He also has his own podcast. This totally doesn't sound insecure. Not a single bit. But there's more to conservative dating gurus than just right-wing alpha male podcasts, all right? Because of course there is. The following creators get a lot more political. I don't like politics. My worldview is really just being supportive of letting people do what makes them happy, so long that it doesn't hurt anybody else. So in today's American political climate, I guess you can call me a communist. This is a creator on TikTok who calls herself NonLibTake, and in her own words, a non-lib girl in a super lib world, which, considering the only 5-point difference between the popularity of the Democratic and Republican Party, I would like to go to the super lib world. Please take me there.
When it comes to dating, I do not believe in political intermarriage. Since 2012, when I was in college, I've been asking guys who they vote for before going on a first date with them. It's actually been an amazing knockout question. I'm a busy girl. I'm not wasting my time.
Honestly, pretty based advice. If only there were some way to find out that someone is a conservative without ever having to interact with them.
So I don't know if liberals realize that Republicans are constantly speaking to each other in code out in public. I call this the quiet code. What are some examples of this quiet code? First and foremost, if a guy has moderate as his political views in a dating app, then ladies, he is a keeper because he is most likely a Republican, ever wearing anything from Orvis or Bass Pro Shop. If they have the All-In Pod or Joe Rogan as recently played through Spotify, I don't know if liberals realize.
We notice. We definitely notice. We just call them red flags. I love how this creator says some of the most obvious telltale signs that someone is a conservative and tries to pass them off as some sort of like secret agent Cody Banks style code signals. Yeah, well, we actually have a code for us conservatives. If they're not wearing a mask, they're conservative. If they have a lifted Ford F-150 with truck nuts and a Trump flag, 80% chance they're conservative. If they never got vaccinated, they're probably conservative. Put your mask back on. You want a code for if you're a cool person? If you hit that subscribe button down there. You know the one. I'll wait. Okay, you're the best thing.
I mean, there is a whole conservative world happening around liberals that they just actually don't pick up on. It's kind of like the muggles in Harry Potter when they just don't notice all the magic happening around them.
Don't bring D-Rat into this, okay? You little goblins keep your dirty rat paws away from him. He's got his own goblins to deal with.
No step on snake.
And of course, how can we talk about conservative dating gurus without talking about the one, the only, Date Right Stuff? Because if you're not dating the right stuff, you're dating the wrong stuff.
So Elon Musk cut 90% of Twitter's staff, and it's still working fine. Should we try that with government next?
I stand corrected. So DateRightStuff is basically a conservative-only dating app. Miss Fortino actually did a video on them with Funky Frogbait a little while ago, which you should definitely go check out after you finish this one, okay? I will not stop saying that in my videos, because if you leave, I will miss you all week and I get really lonely, okay? I get really lonely. I checked out the DateRightStuff App Store page, and the entire thing says it's invite only, unless you're in Southern California, which is definitely known as the most conservative state out of the entire country. So if you're looking for an app that only has white men named John, and whose favorite hobbies include grilling with the boys and watching football games, download DateRightStuff. Or like literally any other dating app. That is all the dating apps. DateRightStuff's TikTok content, however, is less dating advice and more conservative rage bait. And they're all made by the same guy, which is the founder of the app, John McEntee.
So you can burn down a police precinct in Minneapolis and face no charges, but if you sang along to a rap song 10 years ago, you're canceled for life?
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem?
And his viewpoints are basically what you would expect for that one super senior frat bro who took gender studies as an elective. Yeah, like not to play devil's advocate or anything, but like if you wanted to reduce the gender pay gap, like why didn't you all study a real major and like get a job? You're a 7th year undecided major and you failed this class 3 times. Dude. Uncool.
I like being black. That's great. I like being white. You're a racist.
Yeah, they're all this bad. I'm not gonna play any more of his clips because this is the light side of the internet and not the I want to punch someone through the screen really badly and force them to get an education side of the internet. But we're all here to see some fuck shit, so like I'll just give you a quick rundown of what his content is. You know, insert liberal politician, insert valid criticism of said liberal politician, but don't insert the fact that conservative politicians do it way more than liberal politicians. You know this very alarming thing that normal people, or as I like to call them, socialists, are very concerned about, i.e. climate change and or rising socioeconomic disparities? Insert a soundbite that I heard on Sean Hannity. Liberals. I'm actually not joking. I just condensed almost 2 years of this man's content. That's all there is. And a shit ton of ice cream. I actually did a background check on this guy to see why he's qualified to be making this dating app, and I actually found a compelling resume. He previously worked for the Trump administration as his personal aide managing the Trump team, with 0 prior experience handling people, which was the perfect hiring decision for a presidential administration that had 0 experience presidenting a country. And that's about it. That's his experience. Also, I'm pretty sure he's still single. So ladies, if you want a bad boy with a severe lactose tolerance and a worldview that would be sure to impress your racist uncle on Thanksgiving, let me present John McEntee as your perfect bachelor. And by bad boy, I mean he was really bad at gambling. I mean, he was fired because of his gambling debts. Anyways, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I'll leave you guys with the only dating advice that you'll ever really need, and that's just to be yourself. You know, make sure to have fun, and eventually, if you are yourself, the right person will come along. Unless you're any of the people that I mentioned here today, in which case you will need immediate intensive therapy, and you probably need to get your information outside of Fox News sometimes. Like, literally once a week would just be fine. And I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.